it is Mike here from AutoGuide, and today let's talk Kia. So Kia has just announced the brand's newest compact EV called the EV5 is coming to North America, but there's a little catch. It's only coming to Canada. Yeah, it's not every day that a manufacturer will release a vehicle just for Canada and not the United States, but that seems to be the case with the EV5 for now at least. The small electric SUV is already sold in several markets around the world, but this will be one of the very first left-hand drive versions of the new EV, as most of the regions it's currently in use right-hand drive configurations. For Canada, Kia is positioning the EV5 as an affordable small SUV alternative to current EVs. This may sound strange as Kia already has the Niro EV, but more on that later. The Kia EV5 uses the manufacturer's opposite United design language and includes the EV Tiger face with three-dimensional star map lighting. The brand uses a bunch of big words and similes and non-car related inspirations to describe the styling of the EV5, but to us it really just looks like a scaled down version of the 3-row larger EV9. When the EV5 does arrive in Canada, it will be available in 3 wheel sizes, 18, 19, and 20 inch, and there will be 8 colors available, including 2 that Kia says are all new, and that includes Magma Red and Frost Blue. Kia Canada did confirm that the EV5 will be available with a choice of batteries. The standard unit will be a 60.3 kilowatt hour battery, while the larger one will be an 81.4 kilowatt hour battery. The small SUV will be available with front or all-wheel drive, which helps differentiate it a bit from its other all-electric siblings, as the Niro EV is front-wheel drive only, and the current EV6 is rear or all-wheel drive. Aside from confirming that the EV5 will have the North American charging standard port, not many other details are available at this time on what Canada will receive in the EV5. But through the power of the internet, we can get a feeling on some of the aspects of the EV5. As I mentioned, it's already sold in many other regions. One of those regions is Australia. So down under, the EV5 is sold in front and all-wheel drive, with front getting the smaller or larger battery, while all-wheel drive only gets the larger battery. On that continent, both front-wheel drive vehicles make 160 kilowatts of power, which is about 215 horsepower, and 310 newton meters of torque, which is about 229 pound-feet. For Australians, the smaller battery front-wheel drive is estimated to go about 400 kilometers on a single charge, which is about 249 miles. The larger battery front-wheel drive can go 555 kilometers, which is about 345 miles on a single charge. All-wheel drive models for Australia have 2 motors for a total of 230 kilowatts of power, or about 308 horsepower, and 410 newton meters of torque, which translates to about 302 pound-feet. These vehicles can travel anywhere between 470 to 500 kilometers on a single charge, which is about 229 to 311 miles, and that depends on the trim, as the GT line gets a little less mileage, probably due to larger wheels and other equipment. Now remember, these are Australian figures, and it's almost guaranteed things will change before it arrives in Canada, but it does give us sort of a ballpark where we can start to figure out where the range and power should fall for the EV5. So moving inside, the EV5 has strong family resemblance to Kia's other electric vehicles. Kia states the interior features soft touch materials and a minimalistic aesthetic. There's a nearly 30-inch panoramic screen in front of the driver that houses both the driver information center and the infotainment system. One other little tidbit that Kia did give us about the interior is it will be available with mood lamp that can be adjusted at leisure to match a passenger, occupant's, or driver style. The cool back seat does include 3 seatbelts, so the EV5 will be a 5-passenger vehicle. And besides the cargo area behind the rear seats, there is a little frunk up front that in Australia provides 67 liters of storage, or about 2.4 cubic feet. So the EV5 will be shown to the public for the first time in Canada in February at the Toronto International Auto Show. It should arrive in dealers sometime in 2026. Now, an interesting thing to note, although pricing will be revealed at a later date, in Australia and New Zealand, the base front-wheel drive small battery EV5 actually starts at a price lower than the Niro EV. Now I doubt that'll be the case in Canada, but here's hoping, because that would be a solid offering, although it might make for a little inter-family rivalry. Regardless, I can't wait to try this out and see where it's priced, because it could be one of the most affordable all-wheel drive EV SUVs on the market when it shows up next year.